rubbing with Oxy-Dry, and I'm just cleaning this wool air rug. I was here a couple of years ago and cleaned it, and the lady was very happy with the way it turned out. So we're going to clean it again. I just sprayed it actually with this. Put my Von Schroeder neutral pH cleaner in, and I also had pre-treated. There's quite a few spots on here that I pre-treated with Suspend, which is pretty high pH for wool, but I'm following that up with neutral pH, so I'm not really concerned about that. And look at that. That, by the way, is a white fiber pad. And look at that thing clean. The white fiber pad, by the way, is very good on wool. It just seems to really work well. And there was a bunch of stains there. They're gone, totally gone right away. Interesting, huh? Now wool actually will absorb more moisture. It's very absorbent. So when you spray it down, which I did, I would spray it a little bit heavier than I would normally if it was a synthetic. You can actually see where I began right there. Look at that, eh? Rather dramatic improvement, actually. We don't know how old the rug is. I think she said she moved in the house a few years ago and the rug had been left behind, so she's not even sure how old it is, but it is pretty old. Really improving quite dramatically, actually. What a color change happening. Well, well, well. All right, we'll do a double check here. Oh, it's fairly wet. There was a whole bunch of stains right over here, and they're gone. This is an LVP floor, by the way. But I will be running my flat mop over there in a sec to pick up that extra moisture. Boy, that's looking great. There's some degradation along the edges there. Right along this edge, you can see that it's kind of pressed down. This is where you kind of walk over the, step on the edge, and that'll cause a bit of degradation on that edge, along this edge as well. Okay, we'll stop right here. Now there will be some soil transferring onto that, but not too much. I'll get rid of this. Okay. There are some not unusual to find like a dark thread that sort of is pulled up from below. There's usually, often anyway, imperfections in some of these rugs with dark yarn that are pulled up. I don't know why that happens, but it does on some rugs. But we'll give that a little shot there, just in case. I think that was the only. Oh, there's another possible one right there. Oh, and then there's that one, which is kind of odd looking. Okay, we'll give that a try anyway. We'll see what happens. Of course, we can't put any peroxide on this ding wall and all. That would definitely be bad. You don't want peroxide on a wool rug. You can put 3% on, I guess, but often that's just not strong enough to really do much anyway, as far as removing colors. It will work sometimes, but I find it's kind of hit and miss. If you're dealing with a coffee stain or whatever. Actually, believe it or not, I found that I can often get a coffee stain out of wool with vinegar or acetic acid, actually. Okay. And if you noticed, but I am cleaning with a Astro turf, and they work fine on a wall. And no, they're not too aggressive. Wool is actually a lot more resilient than people realize. At least a quality wool is. Some wools will shed like crazy. Now that's a whole other story, but no, not this one. These older wools are often, if you see a wool that's like 20 or 30 years old, still looking pretty good, obviously it's a quality wool. Assuming it's getting used. But some of these newer ones that they're selling now, when you see them shedding like crazy, well, that's a lesser quality. Then you got to be a little more careful on what you're cleaning it with, as far as agitation and everything. And that's one of the reasons why, by the way, I would absolutely not recommend using an OP on a wall, ever. I don't think it's a good idea. I've done it, and I'll tell you, I have seen wool rugs that I've done with OP where the shedding is just incredible. And then I've come back at a later date and used my rotary on it. Minimal shedding. I do not like OP machines on wool. It worries the yarn. The moving back and forth on the yarn can definitely cause it to fray. And that goes to show you just how aggressive the OP motion can be on the carpet fiber, whatever fiber you're dealing with. And one of the reasons why I don't use OP machines at all anymore, or virtually never anyway. I'm done with them, basically. Even for commercial. And I've talked about that before. This machine is considerably faster and more efficient and more effective in almost every case. Okay, we're gonna take a look at that pad. Okay, I'll let you go. Thanks for watching.
Beautiful.
Well, what do you think? How does it look already?
It looks great.
It looks beautiful. All these marks are gone.
Good.
How about that, eh?
Do you think they were coffee? Or?
I don't know. They didn't taste like coffee.
Oh, that's great. No,
Yeah, it looks a lot better.
It needed it. It's just, what
It's kind of was kind of dulled out a lot, eh?
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
It's old, but it still matches. So
Yep. Might as well keep it, I guess. It's a keeper.
It's a keeper.
Yep.
Yeah. Like I said.
Thanks for watching.